When I got my flat in Grenfell Tower, my heart told me it was going to be okay. I was really, really happy. And yeah, no, it was good. It was good. It was, it was good. They really were beautiful and so spacious. What people don't understand is as soon as you close your front door, it's so peaceful.
I, like most people in this country and possibly most people in the world, watched with horror as Grenfell Tower went on flame and, asked the question, how could this be happening? And I thought it was important that a theatre like the National should ask those questions, should share with an audience what really happened here.
Being able to hear the story as well from the residents' point of view is something that no theatre audiences have yet done. What you're now going to do is stand in the shoes of the residents.
The day before the fire, it was kind of relaxing morning for me. I had the day off from work. I took my son to school and his friend mom was with me. And we saw quite a few people from the tower. And when I say that, quite a few people who lost their life on that day. And we had a normal conversation with everyone. It was a normal day and a normal evening.
So a verbatim play is a play where the words have all been spoken to us either on interview or on the public record. And in my experience, when you're doing verbatim, some people really want their voice to be heard on stage and some people are not interested. And so it took about 6 months to sort of beginning to get the trust of some people.
With something like this, I think you're really keenly aware of the sensitivity of the topic and the content and whether you have the right to be telling this story or not.
The whole thing has been a very careful way of trying to ensure that we are amplifying people's voices.
I never saw it as a deprived area, I just saw it as a council estate in the middle of Notting Hill. I was always really proud. I'd say, I live in the royal borough of Kensington and Chelsea. Since the fire, my viewpoints on the fact that it's the royal borough has changed.
The truth of it is the people living in Grenfell Tower were just like you and me and any audience member who will walk in to watch the show. They owned their properties, a lot of them. They worked hard. Some of them were second generation. Some of them had children in the same building.
Well, I was offered the opportunity to meet Bilal during the rehearsal process, where we got to talk about his experience, his background, his work with Grenfell United now. It was nice because it felt like he was handing over some permission to pass this story on.
I think we're all always trying to be very mindful of what we're sharing, what contributors want us to say, as well as, the truth of what happened in the inquest. So you're always doing this dance and trying to find a good balance that is theatrical, but at the same time honours them.
We said at the time, it's going to take a catastrophe here before the council wakes up to what's really going on. To predict something is going to happen and have it happen and not be able to stop it, there's no words for that.
This isn't just something that happened by accident and no one could have foreseen it. And many people knew what was going to happen and acted in a way that caused it to happen. I think that's the biggest misconception. And I think that hopefully listening to people's stories, it's one way of making people see an event like Grenfell as something that happened to 72 people.
Maher's journey is so unique. He's a person with a disability. I got to meet him, which was absolutely incredible. I understood a lot of what he spoke about and really the challenges that he had to overcome that day and just every day made me recognize the responsibility in a whole new way that I hadn't done before I met him. So that was amazing.
What I hope this production will do is kind of hand a baton on to everyone who comes to see it. And we've all got to realise our place as citizens in this country and make sure that this never happens again.
There is no difference. Injustice is injustice. Family, children, safety, life, these are things that everyone deserves.